Welcome, everyone. We are live today on Talented Universe. Today's date is August 22nd, 2024. And I would like to welcome my great guest here, Charlie McCabe. Charlie, I am so glad to welcome you to Talented Universe. How are you doing today?
Hey, Michael, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on. I'm super excited.
Yeah. Now, people that may not know who in the world is this, they're certainly not one of our art guests. Tell us a little bit about yourself, just, quickly.
Yeah, absolutely.
On time, whatever you want.
Sure. Yeah, my name's Charlie McCabe. I'm a country music singer-songwriter. I'm based out of Houston, Texas. And, man, I've been doing this thing for probably about 2 years now. So not too long, but started playing guitar in college and picked it up back then. And man, I'm sure we'll dig into some of those stories as we keep going. But that's kind of the elevator pitch.
Oh, there you go. There you go. And you can see, like us, subscribe to us, follow us, and there's our media links right there. Our main page is ndbmedia.net. That's the parent company. Talented Universe, ndbmedia.net, TU-HTML. YouTube, Talented Universe, Talented-Universe. See there. We're there. Yay. Now, we have a comment in the chat room from one of our loyal fans. Art54 says, "Welcome, Charlie. So excited to see you here. I love your sound and hear a lot of Chris Stapleton in your work. As a fan of outlaw country, I'm happy you're in the stable of good new artists."
Arc54, I appreciate that. That's very high praise with the Stapleton comment. I'll take it. But thank you very much, and I really I appreciate that you're enjoying my new music. So thank you.
And then she has a caveat. By the way, nice stash.
Thank you. It's a new addition. We're just testing it out, seeing how it's going.
Yeah. How long have you had that? Because most of the pictures you did not have the mustache.
No, I had a mustache in college, and kind of shaved it after I graduated to try to get some jobs, And just recently, probably about a month ago, I grew it back because I kind of missed it. And, we'll see how long that it sticks around.
Yeah, you never know. I had one in college too, so I can relate.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can totally relate to that. Now, you said you started 2 years ago. What made you want to start music?
Yeah, so back in college around 2020, they sent us home for the quarantine, and so we couldn't be at school. And I was home. I was working a summer landscape job, taking a couple classes over the summer, and kind of was just getting a little bored with life. There wasn't much going on. We had to stay in the house. And I ended up finding my dad's old guitar that had been sitting in the corner of our living room for God knows how long, probably longer than I've been around. And I just, decided to pick it up and start watching some YouTube videos and try learning how to play the G chord and the D chord. And from there it went. But yeah, that's kind of the genesis of the journey. And that guitar actually happened to be a left-handed guitar. And I'm actually a righty and everything else. But I kind of picked it up and thought, you know what, like, I don't know how to play righty or lefty, so might as well learn lefty. So here we are. I'm still playing guitar lefty.
Oh, wow.
People make fun of me for it all the time, but hey, got to roll with the punches. And at this point, I feel like I'm too far in to switch over. So,
well, you spent all that time learning to
play
left-handed. So
exactly.
And if you're comfortable with it, why not?
There you go.
Why not?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But
now, Elizabeth. Okay. Elizabeth also says, I know what we were just talking about. You played in college, but during the pandemic, you exploded. Awesome job.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth. Yeah, after the pandemic, got back to school and was like, all right, I can play a couple chords now. I know a few songs. Time to try to start booking some gigs. And so I, did the thing, started DMing a bunch of um, small bars and clubs around town, and was just trying my hardest to book as many gigs as possible. And you know how that goes, was playing the 3-4 hour gigs to two people, and drinking as much Miller Lite as they would allow me to drink, and was having a blast doing it. And so kind of took it from there, and now I'm down in Houston, Texas, still doing it. Got a band, got a 5-piece band, and so we play typically every single weekend, and just trying to grow it every single day.
Now, do you do most everything with the band, or do you do some solo gigs too?
It's a good mix. This past year, I've really been trying to push the full band shows, just to get those reps in, and obviously that's a more fun show to come to when we're playing 90 minutes full band, at least for me. But yeah, no, it's definitely a good mix of solo acoustic gigs and full band shows. I still love the acoustic ones too, because I really appreciate having a more intimate room and being able to explain the stories behind my songs and that sort of thing. So,
what if you weren't doing music?
mm-hmm.
What do you think you would want to do?
So I went to school for marketing. That was my degree, and that's actually my day job as well. So I do work a day job, and then kind of like my alter ego is I'm a singer songwriter, and so I get home from work, and I pick up my guitar and I write. Try to stay inspired, and when you're independent, you're doing everything yourself. And so when I get off of work, if I'm not writing, I'm trying to book more shows. I'm updating my website, making sure my social media is optimized. So just trying to get at least 1% better every day in any way that I can, with the limited time that I have. We've all got 24 hours, and so you got to spend it on things that you actually care about. So for me, it's my marketing day job and playing country music.
Well, that's a good combo. At least you're grounded that you don't have to depend on the music right now to survive, and
right.
That's extra right now. And if you don't have to do marketing in a couple of years because the music's going great, even better.
Absolutely,
even
options
better.
are open.
I feel sorry for some artists that don't have something for an income, and they just struggle, and it's really hard, and it's really sad. But you just do what you have to do.
Absolutely.
And of course, Miss Elizabeth just asked the question I was going to ask, but I will give her credit. Who are your main musical influences, old and new?
Yeah, old. I'll start with old. So I spent probably the first 13 years of my life up north in the Midwest, and so obviously country music isn't as prevalent as it is in Texas, I would imagine. No offense to my fellow Midwesterners, but I sort of grew up listening to rock and kind of alt rock and alternative. So I sort of have an interesting influence when it comes to that. But the older guys, obviously, my number one is George Strait, but I do like the other honky tonk 90s guys, Alan Jackson and all those guys who are playing the upbeat honky tonk music. Newer guys, my favorite's Parker McComb. He's my number one. I love Riley Green. There's a lot of bands coming out of Texas right now that I dig. Flatland Cavalry. Newer guys, his name's William Beckman, who's been a big influence of mine recently. Your Cody Johnsons of the world. So I've got a lot of influences. I say I probably lean heavier on the newer guys than the older guys, just because that's who I'm listening to right now. But yeah, I guess that was kind of a long-winded answer there. So
No, hey, that's good. Yeah.
Hopefully I got you there, Elizabeth.
Yeah. And now I'm just going to say, if you are interested in following Charlie on his social media, et cetera, I am posting that now down at the bottom. And if you don't feel like writing all this down or whatever, you can go to ndbmedia.net under Talented Universe, under the video shows. And Charlie has a listing there on underneath the podcast. And I've got all of his links there. You can just go from there if you don't want to write it down, or at the end here, you can see his link tree, and then that will give you everything. So there's that for you, everybody. Do you have any other interests besides music and your day job?
Yeah. I'm a big fitness guy. I love working out. I like running and lifting, and fitness is a big part of my life. And so I always make sure to, make sure that I'm being active every day. And this past January, me and a few friends and my girlfriend ran my first half marathon in Houston. So that was a blast, and something that I hadn't experienced before. And the whole training process leading up to that was an absolute blast. It was something that when I first was thinking about it, man, 13.1 miles. I don't know how anyone can do that. And then when you start training and chipping away at it piece by piece, it's amazing what the human body can do. So that was a cool experience. But yeah, I love training and making myself better that way. But other than that, just I like finding new cool places to eat around town. Houston's a super diverse city, and so there's a lot of new opportunities to find cool new spots to hang out and get a good bite to eat or a drink. So
where is your go-to type of food, or like you said, or do you just like to experience all types of food?
Like I said, man, I'm not a picky guy. I would say if I had to choose a desert island, like food ethnicity, I'd probably have to give it to the Italians. I'm a big Italian food guy. We've got a place here in town, and I'll shout them out. It's a place called Cultivar. If you're around the Houston area and you haven't been to Cultivar, it's phenomenal. It's kind of it's one of my go-tos whenever new people are coming into town and I'm trying to show off a little bit. I'll take them to Cultivar, and hopefully they lose their minds a little bit. So yeah, big Italian food guy, but living in Texas, you can't underestimate the Tex-Mex. So also big Tex-Mex guy as well.
Well, that is great. If you you did tell me something offline, and I'll wait and say that because I think one of the people in here is going to get very excited when I say this. So okay. I'm not going to say it right now. However, I am going to pull up this because this is something good to know too. It says,
yeah.
Will you consider touring outside of Texas anytime soon?
Yeah. So I've had a few opportunities in like Oklahoma and Louisiana. And so, if those continue to pop up, I'll take those. But I never turn down a good opportunity. So if it comes across my plate, absolutely. I'm not looking to turn anything down right now. So kind of being a yes man about touring, and if it just doesn't make sense, then I won't do it. But absolutely.
Yeah.
If you've got any specific spot that you have in mind, let me know.
I think California is what they were really wanted to know.
Okay. Very nice.
Yeah, because that's what I'm assuming. So I just had to fix your big banner. I just realized some of it didn't go through. So I fixed
No
it
worries.
now. So now that's through. So now I'm done with that. I'd like to we are 15 minutes into the podcast. If you're out there listening, we have some listeners there. Please, if you have a question for Charlie, please post it and we will try to get to it. Please do that, because I can't tell you how many people post questions after we're not live. Only post questions when we're live, because we sometimes don't get a chance to get back to all the podcasts that we do. So if you're watching live, please shout out a question to Charlie right now. And as I said, the link tree is right there at the end. Link tr.e Charlie McCabe. So there you go. So you can get all of his links if you want to.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Thanks, Michael.
Yeah. Now, we're going to talk about what's coming up this Saturday for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So this Saturday, if anyone out there is interested, I'll be heading down to Crystal Beach, Texas, to a phenomenal venue. It's called Camp Margaritaville. If you haven't seen this place, check it out. It's awesome. They've got a great stage, but I'll be heading down there to I'll be the opening act for a band called Shaker Hymns. Shaker Hymns is phenomenal. If you haven't heard them, check them out. Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you stream. But yeah, I'll be kicking the show off for those guys. It's going to be one heck of a night, and I've been looking forward to it for a long time. So coming out to the show if you're around town.
Yeah, and Elizabeth says maybe catch you at the Bluebird in Nashville someday.
That would be awesome. Bluebird is a bucket list venue for sure for me. So, yeah, keep an eye out. Who knows?
Okay, now I'm going to release what we were talking about beforehand. You said you are a sci-fi fan.
Yes, I am.
What is your favorite either movies or series that you have enjoyed in the last few years or way back to the 1900s?
Man.
Or is there too many to even think about?
No, this is a good question. I think probably my first favorite, and will always be one of my favorite sci-fi movies, is The Matrix. I love that. I'm a huge Keanu Reeves fan. Love The Matrix. So that's probably one of my bigger ones. Obviously, big Star Wars guy. So I've loved. I sort of grew up with the newer ones. I think the third one came out when I was pretty little still, but Rogue One is one of the newer Star Wars movies, and don't shoot me, but I put it up there as one of the best ones. I'm a big fan.
Me too.
So
me too. And I
love
people
Rogue
want to
One.
shoot me too. I know, but
Yeah.
I loved Rogue One.
Yeah, no,
I just thought it was incredible how they did it, and
phenomenal.
Oh, see, I knew this was going to happen. This is why I waited. Arc 54. Did you see what Arc 54 said? OMG, you're one of us. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. And I just absolutely loved Rogue One. And
yeah.
I just couldn't believe how they did it. And they made it go right to the original Star Wars film, just a few seconds in time before the new Star Wars, the first Star Wars film.
Yeah.
And I just went, that is ingenious.
It was perfect.
Explained why we didn't hear about any of those people later in the series, because they all died.
I know. Yeah. Hopefully y'all have seen it. A little spoiler there.
Oh, it's been too many years, and I don't care, because people just you like Rogue One? Oh, I think it's one of the best ones.
I'm sure you've seen Lost. Have you watched Lost? Okay.
I got so mad at the end of that, and I don't care if I spoil that one either.
Yeah. So I just started season 2 of Lost.
Oh, I won't say anything then.
So
sorry.
I'm making my way through that. I'm hooked right now, to say the least.
It got me hooked because I watched it originally, and yeah, it was something.
Yeah, it's getting crazy. So I'm looking
Gets crazier.
That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard.
Gets crazier.
And then I guess probably my favorite show. I'm a big Game of Thrones fan. So I don't know if you can put that in the sci-fi category, but
what was that? I'm sorry, I missed. My ear went funny. What did you say?
Game of Thrones.
Oh, Game of. Oh.
Yeah.
Just to tell you, the network just did a review show of House of the Dragon.
Okay.
We had one of the actors from House of the Dragon on our show.
I think I saw that when I was checking out all your videos. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just finished that second season as well. And man, it's one of my favorite universes that I've watched in my entire life.
So you're in Game of Thrones season 2 then, right?
No, I've finished.
Oh, you're in House of the Dragon? You've seen? Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm caught up on House of Dragon, and then I've watched Game of Thrones all the way through like 3 times. So it's my favorite show for sure.
Oh, well, Arc 54 just asked said, have you seen House of the Dragon? Yes, he has.
Oh, yeah. Yep, I'm caught up. Can't wait for season 3, even though they're going to make us wait probably like 3 years for it.
Oh, probably. Who knows how long.
Yeah, I loved it.
Well, the only good thing is we won't have review shows for another 2 years for that one, so that'll give us a break.
Yeah, exactly.
Our review shows are intense, just so you know.
Hey, sometimes they need to be, right?
Yeah, they usually go on for 2 hours. For the
one episode.
Yeah.
You got to dig into those details.
We dig in the details sometimes. Yeah, sometimes too much, but yeah, that's the way we are.
Hey, that's the way it is sometimes, right?
Yeah, there's the way it is too, man. And we do recommend, if you can, start the arc, and then you can pop in and see some of these cast members that we get on.
I'm writing it down, man. I got to watch the arc. That's a show that I've had multiple people recommend to me, and so
good. We like that. We're hoping for a season 3, so
yeah, I need to dive in. I need to dive into it. So
yeah, and I'm trying to think. Okay, Arc 54. Do you have any other sci-fi questions that I can't think of right now? my brain turns to mush sometimes. So Arc 54 pulls me out of some of the dilemmas I have sometimes.
There we go.
But yeah, but that's good. Anything else that you do in the few little times of spare time you have? Do you have other hobbies or?
Let's see. I like to go on trips. I've got a good friend group that I've kind of kept up with since college, and so a fairly recent one that we did was we drove from College Station, Texas to the Grand Canyon.
Oh,
so that was one heck of a trip. We spent one night in wherever the White Sands National Park is in New Mexico. I don't know if I can't remember the name of the town. Maybe like Alamogordo or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But we stopped at White Sands National Park. That was phenomenal. If you've never been there, have you been to White Sands?
I have not. No.
Okay.
I have been to near that area, but I have not been to the White Sands.
It's something else, man. Huge sand dunes that are, pure white. And the day that we went couldn't have been a nicer day. And what they do when you show up is they give you like a little saucer sled. And so you climb to the top of the sand dunes and you can sled down them. And it was not crowded at all that day when we went. And so it was like me and 8 other friends just sledding down sand dunes, having the time of our lives. So that was a blast. And then we kept going towards Arizona, got to the Grand Canyon, and we camped out there for like 2 or 3 days, went on a bunch of awesome hikes. So that was a fun trip recently. I don't do enough traveling. I love traveling, but I don't do it enough. And so whenever I get a good trip like that, I really try to relish in it,
No, that sounds good. Okay, getting back on to the main reason we're here.
Yeah.
Arc 54 wants to know, when will you be releasing another single?
Okay, good question. Yeah, so about a month ago, I put out In My Mind. It's my little tribute song to our long lost friend Jimmy Buffett. So it's my beach country song. If you haven't heard it yet, check it out. It's on Spotify, Apple Music.
I liked it. I listened to that today, so I
thank you. I appreciate that.
Put it on my list. Yeah.
Thank you so much. But that's the latest release. You heard it here first. I just got out of the studio here in Houston, Texas, and so we recorded 2 new singles, and the dates are still TBD on when those are coming out. But you can expect, one of them early this fall, and then one of them towards the end of the year. So get ready. I'm excited. The singles are they're going to keep rolling out. So you keep asking for them, and I'll keep delivering.
So would that make that you're going to be releasing, I guess that would be total of 5 probably for the year then? 5 or 6?
Let me think about that.
So I tried to write them down, but I might have missed one.
Yes, I think it would be 5 for the year. We had Locomotive in January, and then Let Me Down came out, I want to say like around April.
Mm-hmm.
Is that and then In My Mind was this past July, and then it's looking like there'll be 2 more this year. So
okay, cool.
Yeah, so keep your ears open.
Yeah, subscribe to you on Spotify and Apple Music and all that good stuff, so you won't miss anything from
Absolutely.
Charlie.
Give me a follow, added to your playlists, and I appreciate all of that. So thank you very much.
Yeah. Now let's see. Alark 54 says, "Yay, can't wait." Yeah. I think everybody's going to do that. Now, before we close, is there anybody else in the chat room that wants to say something? Please do. Elizabeth and Art 54 have been the only 2 that have said anything, and I see there's more people there, but
they've been carrying the chat.
Yeah, they're carrying the chat, but which is fine. But anyway, which would you rather? Would you rather just do music on the side and keep your career going? Or would you rather have a straight music career and that's where you make your living?
Man, that's a good question. And that's obviously I love both of those things. I don't know if I can give you a solid answer on that today, but
what would be the dream? Let's put it that way.
Oh, the dream would be to do music. That would be, that's the dream. So, yeah, we'll see what happens, man. I'm going to keep grinding it out and keep trying to put out the best songs possible. And if you guys keep listening, then, we'll see what happens from there. So.
Cool. Well, unless there's somebody else in the chat room, we're probably going to wind up here. It's about 30 minutes. However, Charlie, you're welcome to come back anytime you want. If you got something new coming out, just let us know, and we'll try to schedule so Vernon can be on with us next time, because he really wanted to, but this time just didn't work for him. This time he had some concerts and stuff, so he couldn't make it. But we'll see what we can do next time.
Sorry about that. I think we broke up there for a second.
We did, yeah. You went away. You froze on me. And I went, uh-oh, I lost him.
Yeah, I think you said, yeah.
Did you hear anything I said or no?
I got I can come on anytime if there's something new. So
come on anytime, and I said we'll try to get Vernon to come on next time.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, Michael.
Yeah. So on behalf of Charlie and everybody at NDB Media, Talented Universe, and I might as well announce this, Bobby Nash, Randy Landers, and Elizabeth Olivia Cooper, thank you for the likes on Facebook. We do appreciate that. Bobby, you didn't ask any questions. Shame. And Randy, neither did you. Shame. But anyway, everyone, have a great evening, and double check our schedule. We have several art guests coming on. We have an art guest tomorrow night. I might as well just say who it is while I have got everybody here. We have John Paul Nickel, the co-executive producer of the ARC, and writer. And episode 6, which just aired Wednesday, he is the writer for that. And what's fun is on Saturday, we have Milan Koshevich. He was the director for episode 6, and he will be on at 2 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday. John Paul Nickel will be on at 9 p.m. tomorrow night to join us. And then on Sunday, we have Jessica Yemi, who is one of the actors from The Ark. She plays Naomi Spencer. She was with us last year, and she was so happy to be back with us again. And that's Sunday at 3 p.m. And we just had this confirmed the other day. One of the doctors from The Ark, who plays Dr. Kabir, will be on August 30th at 3 p.m. Eastern time. And the writer of episode 5, she had to delay her podcast with us. She'll be on also that same day on 30th of August, but she will be at 9 p.m. in the evening. So we've got 2. And then we've got the big baddie, if you want to say that. Paul Leonard Murray, who plays William Trust. He will be with us on the 31st. And we welcome all of those guests. Those are the rest of our guests for August. So, as I said, on behalf of everyone, thank you for coming. And tune into our other podcast. And we will see you soon. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thanks, Michael.